you are missing the 5 master secrets of commercial growers. Most home gardeners are taught a very basic philosophy: plant them, water them, and hope for the best. These 5 secrets are the difference between a hobbyist and a master. Mystery 1. The Rule of 3. Biological balance. The first secret comes directly from the high-production commercial lines, the Rule of 3 for bottom pruning. Most gardeners are terrified of hurting their plants. They see every leaf as a solar panel that the plant needs. But you have to understand the fundamental tug-of-war inside a tomato plant, the battle between vegetative growth and reproductive growth. Vegetative growth is the plant building roots, stalks, and leaves. Reproductive growth is the plant focusing its finite energy on flower production, pollination, and fruit maturation. If your plant stays in a vegetative state, you get a beautiful, giant green bush that looks great in photos, but produces almost zero fruit. If it stays purely in a reproductive state, the plant becomes loaded too early, exhausts its energy, stays puny, and then shuts down entirely before the season is even half over. To keep them in a perfect, high-yielding balance, pros remove exactly 3 branches from the bottom of each plant every single week. The goal is to maintain a total of 12 to 13 mature branches on the entire plant at any given time. Why 12? Because that is the precise mathematical number required for the plant to achieve the photosynthesis needed to feed the fruit and maintain its health without wasting energy on vampire leaves that sit in the shade near the ground. Typically, there are 3 branches between each fruit cluster. By removing the bottom 3 once you hit that 15-branch mark, you open up airflow to prevent soil-borne diseases and force the plant to push its lifeblood upward into the developing fruit. Secret 2. The sacrifice at the fruit cluster. Targeted height control. This second secret is the hardest for home gardeners to swallow, but it is the secret to those massive, uniform tomatoes you see in professional displays. Cluster pruning. If you look at a fruit cluster and see 6, 7, or 8 tiny tomatoes starting to form, your instinct is to celebrate. But a tomato plant is like a battery. It only has so much charge to distribute. Commercial growers will prune that cluster down to only 3 or 4 tomatoes. I know it sounds crazy to cut off perfectly good fruit, but hear me out. If you leave all 7 tomatoes on a cluster, the plant switches entirely to reproductive mode. It tries so hard to mature those 7 fruit that it stops growing new roots and leaves. Eventually, the plant stalls. By sacrificing the smallest 1 or 2 fruits on a cluster, you force the plant to stay just enough in the vegetative state to keep growing upward. This ensures a continuous harvest. Instead of one big flush of tomatoes and then a dead plant, you get a steady stream of high-quality, large fruit until the first frost. You aren't losing yield. You are redistributing it for a longer, more successful season. Secret 3. The battery acid trick. Unblocking nutrient absorption. The third secret is the most technical, and it's the one that separates the amateurs from the pros. pH mastery. In commercial greenhouses, growers treat the pH of their water with extreme precision. Most home gardeners use well water or city water that is basic, often with a pH of 7.8 or even 8.0. However, tomatoes are acid-loving plants. They crave an environment between 5.8 and 6.2. When your water or soil pH is too high, you experience nutrient lockout. Most gardeners see yellowing leaves and stunted growth and immediately reach for more fertilizer. But if your pH is 7.5 or higher, you are actually making the problem worse by adding more salts to an environment where the plant's roots are already chemically paralyzed. This nutrient lockout is the silent killer of high-yield dreams. You can have the richest soil in the world, but without that acidity, the nutrients remain locked away. When you lower that pH to 6.0, you aren't just feeding the plant. You are unlocking the treasure chest of nutrients that is already sitting right there in your soil, unused and wasted. Commercial growers fix this by adding acid to their water. Secret 4. 300% higher yield. Through vibration, the toothbrush trick. Now, Let's talk about the crazy trick that went viral: vibration pollination. Unlike zucchini, which have separate male and female flowers, tomatoes are perfect, meaning both parts are in one flower. They can self-pollinate, but the pollen is heavy and sticky and needs to be shaken loose. You might think, I have bees in my garden, I don't need a toothbrush. But here is a secret pros know. Tomatoes are actually not the favorite of many insects. If you have more attractive, nectar-rich flowers nearby, the bees will often fly right past your tomatoes without a second glance. This is exactly why you see those empty spots on your fruit clusters, where a flower used to be. Those are flowers that waited for a pollinator that never came until they fell off. To fix this, pros use an electric toothbrush. By holding the vibrating brush against the flower cluster for just a few seconds, you simulate the vibration of a bumblebee. This ensures that nearly 100% of your flowers turn into fruit, effectively tripling your harvest. If you don't have a toothbrush, simply shaking the entire plant vigorously but gently can achieve a similar result. This massive jump in efficiency fundamentally changes how you should plan your garden. Most hobbyists believe that more plants automatically equal a larger harvest, but overcrowding often leads to disease and poor fruit quality. By mastering these professional secrets to triple your yield per plant, you can achieve total self-sufficiency with significantly fewer plants. This is a game changer for anyone with limited space, such as urban gardeners or those using small raised beds. You can effectively replace 10 mediocre plants with just 3 high-performance ones, drastically reducing your workload in terms of watering, trellising, and maintenance. Additionally, following the rule of 3 pruning technique opens up the plant's structure, making it remarkably easy to spot and harvest those perfectly ripe, deep red tomatoes that would otherwise stay hidden and rot in a congested, dark canopy. Secret 5. The golden time window and mastering the variety. The final secret is all about timing. You must use the vibration trick during the golden window between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Earlier in the morning, the dew makes the pollen too damp and clumpy. By noon, the heat often makes the pollen too dry. You have a 2-hour window where the pollen is at its peak for pollination. Additionally, pay attention to variety potential. If you want the massive, head-sized tomatoes, like the ananastomate, pineapple tomato, you have to apply these tricks to a variety that can handle it. These huge heirlooms are the first to suffer from nutrient lockout or poor pollination. But when you combine a high-yield variety with pH correction and manual vibration, you end up with fruits so large they can serve as a full meal for an entire family. Stop letting your harvest drop to the ground. Prune the bottom 3, thin your clusters, and get out there with a toothbrush between 9 and 11 a.m. Your neighbors won't believe your results.